YouTube and Snapchat and fuckers. Welcome back to another installment of the Friday Wrap-Up. Well, it has, thank God, Thanksgiving has come and gone. I'm telling you, it's been a crazy week. So anyway, before we get started, I'd like to tip my hat to today's libation. I got to thank in part the good people at Captain Morgan Spiced Rum once again. I'm drinking an apple cider mojito. Yeah, you heard me right. So, very simple. I was thinking to myself, I haven't done a Tommy Original in a while. Okay, so this is definitely a Tommy Original. And I said, the holidays are coming, fall. And I'm trying to think of, what tastes like the holidays? You think of, cinnamon and warm apple pie and things like that. And I said, well, how the fuck can I make that a cocktail? And, rum plays a big, rum cake, rum candy, all kinds of fucking things that are spiced with rum over the holidays. So I put all that together and I came up with a fucking mojito. So real simple. You take 4 ounces of your favorite apple cider. Okay, you build this in a cocktail shaker. So you put 4 ounces of apple cider, fill it with ice. Then you put a ½ ounce of lime juice and a ½ ounce of cinnamon simple syrup, which is real simple to make. It's equal parts sugar and water. And then you add about 3 or 4 cinnamon sticks. You let that come to put the heat on low, let the sugar melt, give it a stir around, let it sit on the stove and steep for about 45 minutes to an hour, and bam, you got cinnamon simple syrup. You can put that shit on anything. So put a ½ ounce of the cinnamon simple syrup and 2 shots of your favorite rum. I went with Captain Morgan Spiced Rum because, spiced rum, holidays. So there you go. An apple cider mojito. Salud. Drink up and be somebody. That actually tastes like Christmas right there. Not that I'm promoting Christmas, God forbid. I don't want the fucking stormtroopers to come and find me. But that's my little nod to holiday cocktails. And I think throughout the month of December, I'm going to probably feature a couple of my signature holiday cocktails on the show, along with just some straight up whiskey. Because I fucking hate the holidays. I really do. Anyway, so Thanksgiving is over. So that means today's Black Friday. Okay, and remember, kids, Black Fridays matter. So I hope you didn't. Hope you got through your Thanksgiving holiday. Okay, I hope you didn't kill your family or get arrested for having more, 11 people over. I got some sad news this week. Former New York City Mayor David Dinkins, otherwise known as Disaster Dinkins, has died at the ripe old age of, I believe, 92 years old. Okay. So, Dinkins was, I used to say he was the worst mayor. Now he's the second worst mayor New York City has ever seen compared to fucking Mayor Muppet Hands. When Dinkins was mayor, the murder rate, the crime rate, the homelessness, and the unemployment rate in New York City were at an all-time high. And then de Blasio came along and fucking broke every single one of those records. And here's a fun fact. De Blasio worked for Dinkins. Yeah, he was part of Dinkins' administration. He was Dinkins' protege. Go figure that one out. Okay? Fucking, the fucking shitty apple don't fall too far from the shitty tree, I guess. So, there you go. So, like I said, aside from being a shitty mayor, he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed like a sweet old man. His wife just died a few months ago, so he probably died of a broken heart. Plus, he was 92 fucking years old. How long are you holding on to? 92. He should have been dead 10 years ago. So, moving on. Our Corona update. So, Governor Nostrils has now declared yellow zones in various Long Island towns, like the Hampton Bays, Riverhead, Massapequa Park, and Great Neck. So far, these are yellow zones. Staten Island neighborhoods still remain orange. And let me tell you something, kids. This is just the fucking tip of the iceberg, okay? He plans to continue this trend all throughout the winter. He says that the holiday season, he fears, is going to be a super spreader. So he's going to monitor these all these regions throughout New York State and declare them yellow, orange, and red zones as necessary. Some Long Island schools are planning to go remote after the Thanksgiving holiday and remain that way until probably about the middle of December, saying that they fear Thanksgiving could have exposed a lot of people to the infamous China virus. So more news on that coming shortly, I would imagine. And moving on, a lot of law enforcement throughout New York State has stated that they refused to enforce the Thanksgiving mandate of no more than 10 people per household, which I'm sure is going to carry over into Christmas as well. So Cuomo got his fucking balls twisted, and he blasted them on TV this week, calling them dictators. That's right, you heard me. Cuomo called the police dictators. Imagine this shit. Said the pot to the kettle, "Hello, Mr. Black." Oh, God, you can't make this shit up. In other news, corona-related, a Hasidic synagogue in Brooklyn. Fucking these goddamn Hasids, they just won't stop. So it says, a Hasidic synagogue in Brooklyn was fined $15,000 for hosting a maskless wedding, which apparently had thousands of people at it. Okay, this happened on November 8th. They're ignoring Cuomo's mandate of a 25% capacity for religious gatherings. So, of course, they got fined $15,000 for that. So, of course, we got to pay? They're fighting it and claiming religious persecution and anti-Semitism. Now, how the fuck is this anti-Semitic? I don't understand. Listen, I've been to a lot of weddings over the years, okay? I used to plan them. Fun story for another day. But I'm Italian. I'm used to big weddings. We don't have 1,000 people at a fucking wedding. I mean, shit, when you go to an Italian wedding, 2/3 of the people aren't even fucking talking to each other, okay? We don't even like anyone there. So I don't disagree with Nostrils on this one. God help me, these fucking Hasids are making me agree with the governor again, okay? Listen, I understand, okay? Everybody's a little on edge, but the coronavirus is an actual thing. I mean, I know it's got a 99% survival rate. If you don't have any other health issues, if you're young, blah 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 blah, all that other bullshit. But nonetheless, have some fucking common sense. 1,000 people. I mean, who the fuck even knows 1,000 people? I mean, this is what I mean. So you know something? I got a very easy way to fix this shit. Okay. You get a SWAT team together and you ride through these fucking neighborhoods and you start shooting rubber bullets at them. Okay? First of all, they're afraid of violence. They're very frail people. A couple of them get popped with a rubber bullet, they'll fucking stop. You just ride through them. I'm stopping. Look, I put the mask. I take the yarmulke off. I tie it around with my payas. Everything's good. Stop shooting. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Okay? They don't fucking learn. I don't understand why this is a fucking issue. Anyway, that's your corona update. So, get those tickets out, kids. Getting ready to punch for a one-way trip down fucking Looney Tune land on board the crazy train. Woo woo! So, get this. I can't fucking believe this fucking story. They gave fucking Nostrils an Emmy Award for his hysterical daily briefings. Could you? And even the news was fucking mocking this shit. Even all the fucking left wing media was knocking it. Okay. First of all, if they're gonna give an Emmy out for this type of shit, they should give the fucking Emmy Award to the sign language guy, because he's just all over the place. I don't even think he's really fucking signing, to be honest with you. I think he's just making shit up, and he's going like that and like this and like this. I mean, that's the job I want. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more. I can't seem to wrap my head around this. This guy goes on TV every day for like 8 months. And he's nuts. He's just fucking, he talks about all kinds of bullshit. In the meantime, this asshole killed thousands of senior citizens. Then writes a book about how great he is. Before it's even over, mind you. In the middle of the pandemic, he writes a book about how he managed it. Meanwhile, the fucking numbers are allegedly spiking again, right? I guarantee you probably jerks off to the picture of himself on the cover. Okay, and they give him a fucking Emmy Award. Now, if he gets in, here's my question. Okay, here's my gripe, honestly. If he gets an Emmy Award for that, well, then I should get a fucking Academy Award for this show. I mean, my show is far more entertaining than the fucking governor. So I'm just saying, okay? Next stop, Massachusetts, baby. So, This mask thing is apparently making people fucking nuts. Okay, so in Massachusetts, I love this story. A man spits on 2 female hikers for not wearing a mask. He spits on them for not wearing a mask and then tells them he's got COVID. I swear to God, this is a true story. First of all, you're fucking outside. What do you need a mask for? I mean, I get it if you're indoors. If you go into a store, you go into a restaurant for the fucking 2 minutes that you're standing up, you gotta wear your mask. Okay, fine. I get that. I give it to you, no problem. But you're outside and you're wearing a fucking mask. If you're outside wandering through the woods, why the fuck would you need a goddamn mask? Who's gonna give you corona? The fucking squirrels? Okay? So, and here's the point I make. He's spitting on these 2 girls for not wearing a mask. Look, if he's spitting on them, then obviously he's not wearing a fucking mask either. Right? Even if he was, you still gotta pull it down to spit. You can't spit through a fucking mask. All you get is a wet nose if you do that. Okay? I swear to God, these people are fucking nuts. You know, so this is why I don't hike. People ask me, how come you don't like nature? Because you know something? If this shit happened to me, I'd be doing 25 to life. I go out, take a nice walk in the fucking woods, minding my business. Some jerk off says something to me, spits on me. I crack his fucking head against the tree. Next thing you know, I'm in handcuffs. Okay? Never mind ventilators and fucking vaccines. What we need are fucking straitjackets for these lunatics. And just to give you another example of fucking mask crazy. Last week, I had to stop by my jeweler's to pick up a watch. He had to put a battery in it for me. So I walk in. Little German guy. And, you know, I parked across the street. I crossed the fucking street. I get all the way to the jewelry store, and I realize, fuck, I forgot to put my mask on. I do this shit a lot. I'm like, you know, fuck it. I'm not going to go across the street again. Fuck this shit. I walk into the jewelry store. He's a little German guy. Goes, you're not wearing a mask. Meanwhile, this guy wears his mask under his nose. And you know how I feel about that. I said, yeah, and I don't have corona. He goes, but you're not wearing a mask. I said, can I ask you a question? Do you walk around with your dick sticking out of the top of your pants? He goes, no, why would I do that? I said, well, your fucking nose is sticking out of the top of your mask. So really, what good? I said, first of all, looks like you wiped your ass with that mask. If anybody should be concerned here, it's me. Give me my fucking watch if I smack you in the teeth. I mean, this is what I got to deal with. And these people have gone crazy with their fucking masks. So, that's Massachusetts. If you're walking through the woods in Massachusetts, make sure you wear a mask. Otherwise, somebody will spit on you. This was my favorite story of the week. This delighted me. So, a Long Island Group home social worker in Dix Hills, out here on the island, was arrested apparently for punching an autistic woman in the head. I still can't stop laughing over this. So here's what happened. This sped wandered off. She got out of the home. And she just went on a fucking... She wandered off. She wandered away. So she's lost now. So, of course, this starts like a whole fucking, you know, big to-do. They got to involve the police. The whole world's looking for this broad. So, and everyone's fucking frantic. I mean, and honestly, it's your ass. You know, and I know what you're thinking. Well, why wasn't someone watching it? Well, in these group homes, you got multiple people. You got like 1 or 2 staff members, so they're pretty much understaffed. So if one person's eating the fucking plants and you got to deal with that, the other one slips out the back door. Your eyes can't be everywhere, right? So she wanders off. They finally find her a few hours later, and this fucking social worker's so frantic. She just punches the woman in the head. What I tell you about running away? Boom. That's how you learn, motherfucker. Okay? I mean, listen, you can't reason with them. Okay, I know I mock, but you can't reason with them. I mean, I'm going to say you should run around punching retards. I mean, I didn't say that, but... I also at the same time don't blame this woman. Listen, they got to deal with this shit all day long. Everybody's fucking nuts, and these people are probably their nerves are probably one fucking thin. This was the last thing this woman needed, and she freaked. Just started punching an autistic woman in the head. when you were a kid, your parents did the same thing. You know, if you fucked around, you did something, you ran away, they were so happy to see you, they smacked the shit out of you for fucking 4 hours. So I don't blame this woman at all. Okay? So, you know, that was... I still can't stop laughing at it. Okay. All right. Now, in other news, have you seen Jennifer Lopez's new cover art to her latest single? Holy shit! No wonder why fucking A-Rod is walking around just smiling away. I mean, his fucking face must hurt from smiling all the time. I would smile too if I was him. Not on. And this chick is 50 years old. I mean, God bless. You know, those friggin' Puerto Ricans, man. Whew, there's something else, let me tell you. Whew, Lord have mercy. Okay. So, sports update. The New York Giants are playing the Bengals this Sunday. And if they win, I believe they tie Washington for first fucking place in the division. Can you imagine this shit? The Eagles lost, I believe it was last week. I forgot who they played. I think they played the Browns. How the fuck you lose to the Browns? Anyway, they lost to Cleveland. So now the Giants are playing the Bengals this Sunday. They had a bye week last week. And the Bengals quarterback, Joe Burrows, went out on a season-ending injury. So with this guy out, I think the Giants could probably fucking win Sunday's game. Okay? Which means they could very well be in first place in this fucking piece of shit division. Can you... I mean... in a million years, I'd have never fucking... This used to be the fucking powerhouse division, okay? You know, with the exception of the fucking Redskins. It was the goddamn powerhouse division. Now, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. So, let's see what happens on Sunday. Maybe the Giants are going to be in first place. Who fucking knows? Anyway. So, now that Thanksgiving is out of the way, the Christmas marathon has officially begun. Okay, but remember, kids, no Christmas parties, no ugly sweater parties, no joyous Christmas celebrations of any kind, okay? Because when you're happy, you get the China virus. It finds you and it attaches to you, and just like it does after 10 o'clock. And if you have more than 10 people gathered, you'll be breaking the law. And could you imagine getting locked up for that shit? Say, man, what you in for? I had a Christmas party. God damn. Leon killed Santa Claus. Which one of you motherfuckers killed Santa Claus? Wasn't the real Santa Claus, just someone that looked like him. That's from that movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Fucking great movie if you've never seen it. Anyway, so, you know, after Thanksgiving is when the new health crisis, the elf on the shelf, shows up at your house, which can now potentially kill you if it contracts the coronavirus, because while you're sleeping, apparently this elf is prancing around, breathing and spitting on everything in your home. So when you wake up and you touch stuff, then you touch your face, then you're going to end up speaking fucking Mandarin. And there you go. So, you know, if you have an elf on the shelf, put it in a plastic bag. It's all right. It won't suffocate. It's an elf. Have you now? I look at shit and my brain works differently than everyone else's. I saw a commercial the other day for the Hess truck. You know, it's the holiday tradition, the Hess truck. Which, you know, when I was a kid, no one ever got me a Hess truck. I've understood that. But anyhow, have you noticed that this year's Hess truck is a fucking ambulance with another ambulance inside? I mean, if that ain't perfect for 2020, I don't know what the fuck is. And it's probably fucking made in China, too, of all fucking places. So if you get a Hess truck for Christmas, disinfect it before you give it to your kid to play with. Speaking of China, I'll tell you, my new favorite thing is to prank Chinese restaurants. So what I do is I call up, and I just make a regular order, right? So I go through the order, and then I ask them, well, what do you have to drink? And then they rattle off, you know, the drink, you know, we got a Coca-Cola, we have a Sprite, you want a Sprite? I said, and I always say, do you have any Corona? Meaning the beer. But they get so fucking pissed that they curse at me and they hang up and they call me a racist. Did you imagine this shit? Oh, I asked for something to drink, I'm a racist now. I understand why they get so fucking pissed off. First of all, People even get pissed when I say China virus. And I don't fucking understand why. Okay? It's not like it fucking originated in Kansas. I go, oh, you shouldn't say it's the China virus. Why? What the fuck? What? It didn't come from fucking Nigeria. It didn't come from, Albuquerque. It came from fucking China. So we call it the China virus. What's the big deal? It's not like I said something derogatory. So, I mean, these are the same fucking people that get all twisted when you call them Oriental. Which, Asia, China is in the Orient, right? So if you call them Oriental, they go, no, Oriental, a rug. First of all, I think Oriental sounds a little fancier than being fucking Asian anyway. It's the same people that get twisted, that tell you shouldn't call midgets, you should call them little people. So, I mean, look, listen, I don't freak the fuck out when I tell someone I'm Italian. They go, oh, so your people are European or your relatives are Latin? I mean, technically, Italy is a country in Europe and it's a Latin-based culture. I don't freak out and go, no, it's Italian, that's racist. Get the fuck out of here, I don't give a shit. These people are fucking demented. Here's a fun little observation for you. Do you know that the coronavirus is actually named after the nipple? Yeah, true story. Listen, the areola, the area around your actual nipple, is often, as a slang term, it's referred to as the corona too. They call it a corona, okay? So this means that some fucking perverted scientist is looking at this thing through a microscope and goes, hey, you know what? I think this thing looks like a nipple. Let's call it the coronavirus. This is the shit that, I sit here and think about, and people worry about all other kind of bullshit. So we got a fucking virus that's killing people, that's terrifying people or terrorizing people, that's named after a nipple. And the people who originated it, or the country that it originated from, I should say, those people get bent out of shape when you refer to it as the China virus, or when you call a Chinese restaurant and ask for corona. So, if you're bored this weekend after 10 o'clock, call a Chinese restaurant and ask them if they got corona. Well, that's been your Friday wrap-up. I'll see you when I see you.